Next, we're going to check out the vocals. I'm going to start off with the background vocals. Now, if you remember, there's only a few sets of background vocals. We have the low vocals, here and here, the high vocals, the pre-harmony vocals, and the all-night vocals. We'll deal with the ad-libs and the doubles and the throws separately. So let's start with the background vocals. Let's zoom in and hear the first set. Now, if you remember, we have them pan left and right, and they're already grouped. So moving the top one affects them both. Baby, let your hair down. That's the first set, and the next set is right here. Baby, let your hair down. Which is an octave from the first set. But let's start off with these. Now, to make this easier to work with, let's create a folder. Just for those two tracks, we'll pop it out. And now these two tracks are in this folder. Baby, let your hair down. So now we can put effects on the folder and it'll affect them both at the same time. Now I want to do this to filter out some low end. So let's go to our effects on the folder, go to the Reaper EQ. Let's listen to it again while watching in our graph here. In fact, it's easier to see if we hide the tabs. Baby, let your hair down. Right over here is our mud. Baby, let your hair down. And down over here is the low end rumble. Baby, let your hair down. So let's filter those both out. Starting with the high pass. Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low fact. If you watch the graph, the second line shows after the effect. Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. So it reduces everything below 130 hertz. Then we're going to use a parametric over here to get rid of the mud. Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low fi. Got you saying, oh my baby, let your hair down. Just a little bit. We don't want to make it too thin. Before, baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. Baby, let your hair down. And after. Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low fi. Got you saying, oh my. Feels good around there. So now we're going to do something different. Instead of keeping this on the folder, I'm going to move it or copy it to the individual tracks by dragging it and dropping it, doing it for this track as well, and then we'll remove it from the folder. So it's not here anymore. So it should sound the same. Baby, let your hair down. But we put a separate plugin on each one. On this one, and this one. And the reason for that is for compression. I want to compress each track totally separately. I don't want to do it as a group, just in case one of them is getting louder in one spot versus the other. By compressing them separately, track by track, the compressor is more accurate. And I want to compress after this EQ. So we have the EQ on there first, and now we can compress. So let's unsolo this one, put this in the middle to hear it better. Baby, let your hair down. And now let's compress this one. We use the Reaper compressor, make the attack a little slower at 4:1, and let's compress it just a little bit to keep it under control as it mixes with the lead vocal. Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low-fi, got you saying, oh my baby, let your hair down.
We could see the compression right here. How much it's compressing?
Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low-fi, got you saying, oh my baby, let your hair down.
Right about there. Feels good? Now let's copy this to the right track. Let's solo that instead. Put that in the middle. And with just that compressor separately.
Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low-fi, got you saying, oh my.
Now we should check to make sure the right side and the left side are still equal.
Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around.
Sounds good. If not, we could adjust the right side to make them equal. But it sounds pretty good like this. But now I want to add an EQ after the compressor to bring up the top end, to make it sound prettier or more bright. And for this, we'll go back to our folder. We'll use the re-EQ again. Let's get rid of the bands we don't need and just use a high shelf. And again, it's on the folder, so we can hear it on both tracks.
Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low-fi, got you saying, oh my baby, let your hair down, 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 hair down, oh.
That feels nice and bright. Let's hear it in the track. And again, we're going to control it from this track, not from the folder. The folder is going to stay at 0 dB. Because with an EQ, it doesn't really matter the level. With a compressor, it would have. Which is another reason why I put the compressor on the individual tracks. Let's mute these.
Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low-fi, got you saying, oh my baby, let your hair down, 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 hair down, oh.
That feels pretty good. So let's take a little break and we'll get back to this in the next video.